So first, I've got the method of comparables. We are in the topic of RVM, relative value metrics, meaning we are going to be looking at multiples. We're going to be comparing the multiples of one company to the multiples of another company. And this method of comparables really says that the law of one price must hold. The law of one price simply means that identical assets should trade at identical price. So if I take, let's say, Bitcoin on one exchange, it should have the same price at Bitcoin on another exchange. Okay. Now, obviously, we can extend this to similar assets. For example, Shell is similar to BP because they're both oil companies. So if I have similar assets, they should be trading at similar multiples, and I can use the multiple of one of the companies to value the other company, or I could use a peer group of similar companies to value another company in that industry. But so long as I am comparing a company's ratios to the ratios of another company or set of companies or industry multiple, I am performing a comparables valuation, or for short, we sometimes call that comps valuation. Now, method of forecasted fundamentals, a pretty funky name here, basically for this year. Yeah. So this is the one where we're going to take our good old Gordon growth model. We're going to say, look, the price today is the forecast dividend R minus G. And we're going to turn this into a multiple, okay? So as soon as you hear forecasted fundamentals, what are the fundamentals? The fundamentals are the cost of equity, the growth rate, the dividend payout ratio, yeah, because I'm taking dividend payout ratio times earnings in order to calculate the dividend. These are the focused fundamentals. I'm going to be plugging them into the Gordon model. I'm going to be turning this into a multiple. That's why I'm telling you guys, please don't be scared by this topic, because as long as you know your Gordon, as long as you do a little bit of algebra, you can get to any and all of the formulae I will be showing you. Now, market multiple is very simple to understand. It's simply the market price today, the stock price today, divided by some kind of value driver. This doesn't have to be earnings per share. Of course, it can be book value per share, or cash flow per share, or sales per share. But as an example here, if the stock price was $10 and earnings per share was $1, well, I can work out the P ratio as 10/1, which is 10. Yeah, so I'm paying 10 times the earnings of this company. As you know, lower P ratios are associated with value. Higher P ratios are associated either with growth or potentially overvalued stock. But the key point I'm making here is, why is it a market multiple? It's a market multiple because it is based on the market price, yeah, the price on your trading screen. You must be able to contrast this with a justified multiple. This is really the most important concept on the slide. Please know what a justified multiple is. Justified multiple is the fair value of the multiple justified by one of the above methods. Now, it can be justified because you worked it out by figuring out what the mean or median multiple of comparable companies in the same industry is. Or it might be coming from forecasted fundamentals. In other words, you use the Gordon growth model to derive the multiple. It doesn't matter what method you use, so long as you use the method. You didn't simply just go to the market and check the market price, but you use some kind of method to arrive at an intrinsic value for the stock. And then you took that intrinsic value and divided it by the value driver, let's say earnings. That is a justified multiple. So as an example, if I take IV, intrinsic value of the stock, which I've worked out maybe by a Gordon, and then divide by earnings, that is a justified multiple. So hopefully, if you're following all this along so far, it will come There's no surprise that if the market multiple is less than the justified multiple, the stock is undervalued. Now, why is that the case? Well, if price earnings, which is the market multiple, is lower than the justified multiple, which is intrinsic value over earnings, well, that's the same as saying the price in the market is lower than the intrinsic value. And that, of course, is a condition for the stock to be underpriced.